students. Welcome to Aksharaha, an initiative by Anveshan Educational Trust. In our previous video, we came across the statement an auditor is a watchdog and not a bloodhound. Now, what does this statement mean? This statement was a verdict ruled in the landmark 1896 Kingston Cotton Mills Company case, a UK Court of Appeal decision on auditors' responsibilities in verifying company accounts. Let's begin by going through the case facts. For several years, the manager of Kingston Cotton Mill had been exaggerating the quantities and values of the company's stock to fraudulently overstate the company's profits. This came into light when the company was unable to pay its debts and its true financial position was revealed. The auditor relied on a certificate signed by the manager and ensured that the amount appearing in the accounts was consistent with that certificate. The stock valuation was reported in accounts as per manager's certificate. Following the contemporary practice, the auditor did not physically observe the stock nor verify the valuation of individual items. Neither did the auditor reconcile stock with the opening balance and purchases and sales during the year, all of which would have put the auditor on notice that something was amiss. The fraud surfaced during liquidation when the firm couldn't pay debts, prompting a misfeasance, willful inappropriate action claim under the Companies Act 1890 against directors and auditors. The verdict: an auditor's role was clearly stated. They are not required to act as detectives or approach the tasks with inherent suspicion or preconceived notions of fraud. As a watchdog but not a bloodhound, they can reasonably trust representations from the company's reliable and honest staff provided they exercise due care. Suspicious indicators demand thorough investigation. Otherwise, only reasonable caution is needed. In short, the auditors weren't negligent in accepting the certificate without suspicious circumstances, thus, not liable for the fraud. This 1896 case established key auditing tenets: the quote unquote watchdog, oversight function, and the duty of reasonable skill and care. But this was almost 2 centuries ago. Why are we still studying this? How is it relevant to modern day auditing? Courts still reference it for auditor negligence benchmarks, justifying reliance on management absent red flags while balancing cost in audit scope. The 1896 verdict holds significant relevance in Indian auditing, cited frequently in judgments, ICAI standards, and regulatory guidance. ICAI Auditing Standards SA 200, SA 240 echo its reasoned skill, care, and caution principle, balancing skepticism with non-detective roles taught in CA curricula and CARO 2020 reporting. An article from Economic Times critiques the traditional quote-unquote auditor as watchdog, not bloodhound, calls for reassessment. Businesses have evolved with complex fraud, for example, IL&FS fraud of rupees 13,000 crore or Punjab National Bank fraud of rupees 11,000 crore, cyber risks, and pandemics. Auditors who have unique access often face public scrutiny. They are usually asked, where were the auditors? Things are also not the same as it was back in 1896. Auditing standards have tightened. Standards now demand professional skepticism and fraud risk focus. NFRA chairman calls the old mindset a misconception to discard, as society expects, and I quote, sniffers or German shepherds for material fraud detection. Management owns controls, but auditors must bridge true and fair value versus accurate perceptions via high quality, informative audits to sustain trust and governance. Is the auditor still just a watchdog, or must they also take on the instincts of a bloodhound? In reality, auditors must blend both roles. They cannot remain passive watchdogs, nor can they chase every potential misstatement like detectives. Instead, they act as skeptical guardians equipped with modern investigative tools. To summarize, the Kingston Cotton Mills Company case sets a foundational precedent in auditing law by defining auditors as watchdogs rather than bloodhounds. Their responsibilities include exercising professional judgment, reviewing financial information carefully, and investigating suspicious matters, but they are not required to detect all fraud proactively. This principle continues to influence modern auditing standards, highlighting the balance between reasonable professional care and the practical limits of fraud detection. That's it for today. In our next session, we will cover process of audit, advantages of audit, disadvantages of audit, and types of audit. Thank you for watching, and for more such informational content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.